Welcome back to Cooking with Nicole. Now we're going to make blueberry muffins. Every blood type can have these. Blueberry muffins are pretty awesome. As mentioned before, when we're mixing ingredients, you always want to start with your dry ingredients first in one bowl and your wet ingredients in the next bowl. Your dry ingredients: brown rice flour, flour starch, millet flour, and again, you can get these from your local store, Fresh Thyme, Kroger, Aldi, whatever store you have in your town or city, they have this in the health food area. Baking powder, you can get that anywhere. Cinnamon, and your wet are your blueberries, your eggs, agave, olive oil, forgot to dry, sea salt, that's over here. You got bananas, you have lemon, and at the end you want to add your walnuts. Get any size you want, walnuts. Now that you know what all the ingredients are, we're going to start with which one again? That's right, the dry ingredients. Very good. Your first dry ingredient is 1 cup of organic brown rice flour. Doesn't have to be organic, it can just be brown rice flour. You want to keep it over the bowl just in case it gets a little over. Make sure it's just a little over though. Your next ingredient is the starch. 1 cup of the starch. This is gluten-free. Get this at Walmart. You can get it at Fresh Thyme, as mentioned again. Again, we're replacing our regular white flours that have a lot of sugar in it, believe it or not, and cause diabetes. And that's 1 cup again. Pour that in there. Got that at Kroger. Next dry ingredient is millet flour, and you're going to do 1/2 cup of the millet flour. We're going to keep moving along with the sea salt. Remember, I said sea salt, not regular salt. Big difference. Now, since salt is still strong, even though it's sea salt, I would advise it to kind of do it on the side, because you don't want to dump a whole bunch of that in your mix, because your mix could possibly be no good because it's too much salt in it. Next ingredient is cinnamon. Cinnamon has a lot of health benefits, and it does a lot of healing in your body. So these are all your dry ingredients. So now you want to mix it up really good. And don't be shy about it. Get in there and really mix it up, because you want your foods to taste good, and the blend can make all the difference. So get in there and really whip it up. People don't know how important that mixing is, but it makes a difference in the taste of your food. After you mix your dry ingredient up really good, it's time to put this aside, set this aside, and begin on your wet ingredients. When you start off doing your wet ingredients, the first ingredient is eggs. You want to do 3 large eggs. Voila! Next wet ingredient is agave. Remember, that's your substitute for sugar. You want to do 1/3 cup of that. Next, 1/3 cup of the molasses. Again, you can get this all at your local store. Pour it right on in there. Next wet ingredient is lemon zest. Have you ever heard of that before? Well, if you haven't, you're going to for the first time, and it's awesome in these blueberry muffins. You grab a lemon, make sure it's already washed off, and you have a food grater. And the food grater, you just grate it all around till you get the skin of the lemon off. And you're gonna add that, to your wet ingredients. And you're just gonna go all the way around till you scrape 1 teaspoon off. Once you have grated all the lemon all the way around, you're going to add it 1 teaspoon, fill it up to the next wet ingredient is olive oil. I have the light tasting olive oil. You can get this anywhere. You can do the extra virgin olive oil. It does not matter. You just want to make sure you have 3 tablespoons of it. It's 1, 2, 3. Your next wet ingredient is almond milk. You want 6 tablespoons of that here. I already have that on in this cup, so I won't do it in tablespoons because I've already measured it out. So you just pour that right into your wet ingredient. Next, for the wet ingredient, you want to use half a banana. And before you put it in the wet ingredient, you're going to put it in a separate bowl, get your masher, and mash it up. Mash it up really good. And once you mash it up really good, then you add it to your wet ingredient. Next, you want to mix all your wet ingredients. Mix it up really good. And before you add your blueberry muffins and your walnuts, you're gonna add both the wet and dry ingredients first. So don't put the blueberries and the walnuts in yet. Wait until you mix both the wet and dry ingredients. Okay, remember, we have our dry ingredient over here off to the side, and now you're going to mix the wet ingredients to the dry ingredients. Get it all up in there. And start mixing. Mix it really good. Okay, after you mix the wet and dry ingredients, you're going to add the blueberries and walnuts now. So you want 1 cup. You want to add 1 cup of blueberries and 1/2 cup of walnuts. Mix it up really good. After you mixed all the ingredients, you're going to get just 10 muffin pans, and add your liner, muffin liner, and put the blueberry muffins in the oven. You're going to bake at 350 for 20 to 25 minutes. After the blueberry muffins are completed, here is the awesome results.